Hey guys, Zom Fox here, and today it is time to look back at how well did UFL players play in Week 7 of the 2025 NFL season. Man, this was another really solid week, mainly because we had a kicker break an all-time record. That is insanely wild that they broke it this fast, and what they could do with said broken record this year, as well as another kicker that is now really going to compete for the starting job to where he could have another full-time Spring Football League kicker, with it being another one from the UFL directly. This was a wild week, but let's get started with Brandon Aubrey. I mean, seriously, no offense to everybody else in this list, but I could just do a video on him for this week, and it would be totally justified. Aubrey broke the record for most 60-yard field goals made in a career. He has barely been playing in the NFL. Okay, let's call it like it is. He's been in the NFL for this is his third season, and he has already broken this record. He made his 5th career 60-plus yarder this weekend, and if you watched this game, you know it was the most nonchalant, basic AF, easy 60-yarder you will ever seen. There was no fanfare from the announcers. There was no fanfare from the players. It was literally just another kick for Aubrey. He went out there, drilled it. Perfect kick as a 61-yarder. An absurd thing for him to do. The worst part is about this is this kind of overshadows that he went 8 for 8 in total kicks. He had 5 extra points. He made all of them. He had 3 field goals. Made all of them. I mean, it was insane. To put it in perspective, in fantasy, he is my kicker. Again, I went against Evan McPherson. And Evan McPherson, if you know how well he did in fantasy this weekend, it was insane. Aubrey still outscored him. I mean, seriously. It's fantasy, actual NFL-wise. Aubrey is legitimately as good, if not better, and more valuable to the Cowboys than a lot of wide receiver ones. And that's not even a joke. Hell, there are some quarterbacks that are less valuable than Aubrey. Aubrey is a legitimate weapon. Now look, this is on pace. Obviously, again, he's only been in the league for 2.5 years. But he is on pace to become the greatest kicker of all time. The only thing that could really hurt him is the fact that obviously Vinatieri, who is the GOAT, sorry, it's not Tucker, is that Vinatieri has the iconic moments. The 2 kicks made in the blizzard against the Raiders, the Super Bowl winning walk-offs twice, the Colts game where he kicked every single point to win him a playoff game. He has those iconic postseason moments. That's the only thing that could hurt Aubrey since he is on the Cowboys, which is this offense is really good, but the defense is really bad. But as for Aubrey, he is currently on pace to be that. Now, the craziest part about the 60-yarders, he has made not 1, not 2, but 3 this year alone. If he makes 2 more, he would have broken the record in 1 season. And again, we're not even halfway through the season. I mean, do you understand how insane that is? We are not even halfway through the season, and he already has 3 60-yarders. And as for the season itself, it is shaping up to be an all-time great. He has made 5 of 5 50-yarders for 15 of 15 total kicks, or field goals, and he's 23 or 24 extra points. I mean, seriously, it is insane what he's doing. And with how good this offense is, he might not be able to break his 50-plus yard record that he had last year for most 50-yarders in a season just because he won't get as many opportunities because his offense is a lot better than it was last year. Hey, credit where it's due. Brian Schottenheimer's doing a really good job with the offense. But as for his overall kicking, it is insane. The Cowboys obliterated the Commies. This was not a game whatsoever. The Cowboys were just clearly the better team, which is wild to think, heading into the season that people would have to say that, but it was true. They were the far better team. Even if Daniels doesn't get hurt, this game is still a blowout. The Cowboys just crushed them, and a large part of that was because of Aubrey, who put up 14 points himself. I mean, it is insane. If you saw that 61-yarder live, you know what I'm talking about. Nobody cared. He broke the record, and nobody cared and when I say nobody cared, I mean you would have never assumed it was a record-breaking kick because everyone was like, oh, it's Aubrey. Big whoop. He made a 60-yarder. Because, I mean, hell, I'm recording this video during the Lions game, right? It's like halftime, and I'm recording this. And the reason I'm recording this now and not waiting is because Jake Bates just missed a 54-yarder, right? So Bates, who was supposed to be the distance kicker, just missed a distance kick, whereas this guy went out, kicked a 61-yarder, and it was just butter. So that's Aubrey. Now we have the Packers duo again, and man, I have to talk about him again. Lucas Harvishek is probably going to steal the job for the Packers. He has still not missed a kick, and this week he included a 61-yarder. That's right, it was not just Aubrey. We had 2 former Spring Football League players from the UFL, or USFL, XFL, you know what I mean? UFL umbrella, that made 61-yarders. Insane. He made 5 of 5 kicks, 2 field goals, including the 61-yarder, as well as 3 extra points. And as for Daniel Wellen, he had an incredible game. I mean, he averaged 58 yards a punt, and his long was only 63. Again, you can do the same thing that I do for running backs for every position. His longest punt was 63, so for him to average 58 is insane. At the moment, he is the third best average punt. Now, in terms of net yardage, he's a bit further down, but in terms of pure average, he's third, and it's barely third, because that top three, especially top four, is like by themselves. I mean, number 4 is a yard and a half better than number 5, and then number 3, which is Whalen, is 0.4 better than number 4, whereas 1 and 2 are both right next to each other. He is one of the best punters in the league right now. This duo is quickly becoming one of the best kicker and punter duos in the league. Again, we have to see it for more weeks. It's great to see what Harvick is doing, but you have to be consistent. But at this moment, this is one of the best duos in the league. It is one of the elite punters in the league in Whalen, and a kicker that is quickly emerging to be one of the best kickers in the league. You can just go ahead and make a 61-yarder as like an interim placeholder kicker. You might not be the placeholder kicker for much longer. You know what I mean? Again, these UFL guys are doing incredible. You got both these guys. Guys I'm not talking about in this video, but are still kicking. JPR, Andre Schmidt, Jake Bates. That's 5 UFL kickers. And if you include the AAF with, obviously, Nick Folk, that's a 6th one. That is insane that you have 5 UFL-branded kickers kicking at the same time. That's insane. And the fact that at the moment it's looking like all of those guys are going to stick around, with Harvick being the biggest question mark just because I'm in 2 weeks, says a lot about how good UFL kickers are, in spite of the fact they don't have the extra points. So, that's the Packers. Again, these two guys were a huge reason they won the game. It was 27-23, a really wild game against Jacoby Brissett. Packers, I've said it before, say it again, I don't think they're as good as a lot of people say they are. You should have really beat the Cardinals better. I know I was bullish on the Cardinals, but this really shouldn't have been this close a game. Like, I really do respect Jacoby Brissett. He's always going to give you a better fight than you think he's going to, but you should not have made this game go down to the wire. Huge reason they were in it was because of Wellen and Harvick. Now, the last one is this little trio. These are the James Larson tweeted ones. Yes, a bit lazy on my part, but it's also true that there wasn't any other real stand-up performance. Kevontae Turpin came back, had like one really nice reception. Overall, though, no one else really stood out this week, so I wanted to talk about these ones. Malik Turner has been on the active-inactive bit for a few weeks now, but he got some special teams reps, and he ended up getting 3 special teams tackles, which, if you know anything about special teams and being a gunner like that, getting 3 tackles in one game is pretty damn good. So really solid for him, especially because they really needed that, because the Falcons-Niners game, really weird game, one of those where if you watch it, you're probably not going to remember anything about it, but it's one of those where his ability to get tackles downfield, especially the one that they're showing right now, were a large part of the Falcons' offense struggling, so really solid. DeAndre Tillman finally got his first sack. We've talked about it before. He has been pretty disappointing this year up until this point. Hopefully this is the start of a new trend. He needs to get some sacks back again. What made him so good last year was that he had multiple big games in terms of getting multiple sacks. Hopefully he continues to do that. Overall solid for him to get a sack in a game that, yeah, if you watch that game, man, it is insane that the Giants have not fired Shane Waldron. He is legitimately the worst coach, assistant, or head coach in the league right now. I mean, you are... I can make a whole 30-minute video talking about prevent defense and how it is the dumbest thing in all of sports, but that's a talk for another day. And then Jalen Redmond got a nice TFL for the Vikings, had a couple other tackles. He had a couple solo tackles. He's been a very solid D lineman. He's much like Khalil Davis, but a bit more flashy than Khalil Davis was in the Texans. So, really solid. But overall, that'll do it. This has been Zom Fox. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you're notified whenever I upload any videos. I know Mike Rapal had a pretty big tweet that put out a lot of stuff, but as I've talked about a lot before, I don't like just milking videos for stuff that isn't really worth a video. And in all honesty, it's not like what Rapal said was the most I gotta make a video for it. Now, if he has a couple other tweets like that, I will, but at the moment, I don't know. Maybe make a video on it later, but I don't know for sure. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe to the channel like I said earlier. Think about becoming a community member for as low as 99 cents a month. You get an exclusive monthly video, other team benefits, or other benefits like team emojis, as well as other things. And as always, guys, have a great night.